Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We're documenting the journey of amazing entrepreneurs like Christina Raschke. How you doing?
Fantastic, thank you.
Hey, I know you're a boxer.
Yes.
But in addition to being a boxer, you are kind of like a finance guru.
Yes, thank you. You're too kind. You're too kind. Yes, we're absolutely doing innovative things in finance.
What are you doing in finance that is so innovative, so breakthrough?
So we do a form of community lending, and we fund absolutely everything from films, homes, autos, small businesses, large businesses, commercial transactions. We set people up for a financial future rather than just one loan here, one loan there.
So how does that work? Community lending. Explain that to me. What does that mean?
So our funds are held in trust, and everyone that lends with us and funds with us grows our community stronger. We leverage assets and are able to utilize that and give back rather than make profits and keep them all like the traditional bank does.
Okay, so in reality, somebody goes to you and you have the community lend to that individual? Is that how it works? Or you are the lender?
We are the lender. We are the lender. But everyone within our community, in our membership-only community, makes us stronger. All of their finances that come in, whether they're doing a savings program or whether they're purchasing something, it helps a balance sheet enhancement. So we're able to...
What does that mean, balance sheet enhancement? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. So let's say that you purchase a home.
Yeah.
The bank is going to hold the deed of your home until you pay it off, right?
Right.
So they take that home and they leverage it on their balance sheet. So they have tons of assets on one sheet.
Sure.
And that gives them the ability to have more funding and finance come to them.
Right.
So that's essentially what we do. But we take an entire community of people with all of these assets, we leverage those assets, and then we're able to give back. So when a bank makes 40% on everything that they do, and then they give you 1% on your savings account, it's robbery.
Right.
What we do is we give you 7%. We're bridging the gap between the 1% that has everything and the normal person that's working a 9 to 5.
So you invest. You're a non-traditional financial institution.
Mm-hmm.
I have $10,000. I'm going to give it to you so that you can invest it for me. Is that what you do?
We don't invest. We only leverage. So your funds are always safe. You can never lose a dime ever.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say that my funds are leveraged, how does that work again?
I could never go into all the details in the amount of time that we have.
I'm just trying to kind of understand because we got a lot of people that might be interested in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what we do is we hold it in trust in a separate account. And so what's typically done is they look at how many things you own, how much money you have sitting there, and how much money you have constantly coming in. So because of those three factors, you're then given from other people money to utilize.
Oh, okay. And so you're lending at what rate, more or less?
3 to 5% max.
3 to 5%?
And that's for homes, businesses with no credit checks, no appraisals.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So if I wanted to buy a building,
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking at how much I'm going to put down or how much the building is worth?
It's 10% down.
10% down.
And then what we're concerned about is you're being able to pay the money back.
Right.
We don't care what your history is. Everyone has a history. We want to make sure that you can move forward and do it in an educated and conscientious manner. So what we'll do is we'll talk with you. We'll do some evaluations as to what else you have going on in your life. We'll make sure that it's a good asset for you.
Sure.
That there aren't any extenuating circumstances that you don't know about. And then if it's a good investment and you have proof of capability, we'll fund you.
That's amazing. Do you have a minimum and a maximum? Or?
No. Bring in 90 million. We're ready to go.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredibly good.
It's
That's
fantastic.
Perfect. That is
Absolutely
very fantastic.
fantastic.
And you're doing this throughout Phoenix? Or
No,
throughout the United
throughout
States?
the country. We also are available in Canada for funding.
Amazing. So how long have you been doing this?
Almost 2 years we've had this particular company, but about 85 years of total,
Combined
past experience between myself and my 4 partners. Yeah.
That is amazing.
So, mm-hmm.
And all right, so let me take you back a little bit. What did you do before this? So 2 years. What did you do before?
Personally, I've been all over the place. So my degree is in genetics. I owned a book sales business prior to this. Grew it from nothing, ground up. Worked in my pajamas at midnight, and then I got into real estate. And so because I've run several businesses, I was brought in to run this business, whereas my 4 partners are financial gurus. So I've had a crash course of finance over the last several months. And
You're more of a marketer than a finance person.
Not even marketing, but just everyday logistics. I have the real estate background to be able to acquire assets all over the country. I work with lawyers on a daily basis,
Right.
Contracts and I work with everyone. A lot of customer service, HR. I wear a lot of hats.
And you also work in the nonprofit world.
Yes, absolutely. I started a nonprofit this year called ITAC. It takes a community, and it's for single parents and their children. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead. I'm just entrenched.
So what we're doing is we are offering a platform for single parents to be embraced by the community. So instead of paying for all of your childcare, it's hard on one income.
Sure.
You know, work with each other, other single parents helping each other. Donations for back to school, for Christmas, adopt a family. You know, on the weekend, I am a single parent. I have 2 little boys. It'd have been great if someone would have played ball with my kids on a Saturday where they have that strong male figure from the community.
Right.
So a lot of outreach and really trying to take the approach of, you know, every individual can be stronger with the community help, and the entire community is stronger when every individual is taken care of. So a ton of great programs, and we launched this summer, so I'm really excited.
Yeah. So this nonprofit, of course, is doing a great deed for the community. What is the projection for the nonprofit? What do you want to eventually achieve with it?
Well, eventually I'd like to have it taken national, so we can get into every community. But a lot of it is because when I grew up, my grandparents did a lot of raising of me. And it really was a community approach. You know, everyone knew everyone, and
Right.
we all looked out for each other. So I'd really like to make a mind shift, not just with ITAC and within our nonprofit, but I want everyone to really reach out and realize that, you know, people are good, innately good. And sometimes people just need that little extra bit of help. Sometimes it's just that hello or that smile.
Sure.
And then once you get there, it just grows.
What does ITAC stand for?
It takes a community.
It takes a community. Okay, that's cool. That's very good. And you're doing all these things.
Yes.
And you also box.
And I box. And I raised 2 little amazing boys. Yeah.
It is not easy to be involved in all the projects that you have. How do you manage your time?
I don't sleep.
You don't sleep.
That's the honest answer. I don't sleep much. You know, when you love what you do, it doesn't seem like work. So I don't ever clock out. You know, I probably put in 16 to 18 hour days, 7 days a week, but I do it around other things. So I make sure that I have time dedicated to, you know, my kids or
Sure.
the exercise and what else I'm doing. But I'm always answering phone calls while I'm doing something else, or taking emails, or, you know, back and forth with my partners discussing things. And I think it's a matter of just choosing. You know, I'm going to spend a few years really delving into this because I'm passionate about it and I love it. And then I'll rest later. You know?
And that's very true. And you know, and that is something that is it is being lost, I think, in entrepreneurship, right? Because we want it now. But everything that you've told me is, I'm going to work now. I'm going to work really hard now.
Yes, absolutely.
So that I can take advantage of the fruits of my labor right now, of my hard labor in the future.
Exactly, exactly. And it's worth it. There's nothing good in life that doesn't take a lot of work. So if you want it, earn it, do it. You know, just make that choice, take the leap, you know, make sacrifices, because they may seem like sacrifices in some small scale when you start, but once it's your life, it's not a sacrifice. It's just beautiful, and you see, you know, everywhere that you go, and the amazing people that are impacted by what you're doing. And, you know, my kids, they look at me and they say, "Mom, you're amazing." And I want that. I want my children to look up at me and say, you know, I want to be like that, I want to do that, and do better. I hope for them that they do better.
What's the best advice you ever received?
We live 2 lives. We have the life we live and the life that's inside of us that we're meant to live. And I think that was the best advice I've ever been given. And so I try to live the life inside of me, not just the one that I have externally, but you know, everywhere that I can and will be, if I just push myself and let myself go.
That's cool.
So
That's
thank you.
very cool. And the best advice you're going to give somebody that is watching this?
Wow, just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of anything. You know, failure just leads you closer to success. And if you failed, at least you tried. If you never tried, what do you have? You have nothing. So
Regret.
yeah, regret, lots of regret.
That's what you have.
And that's sad and empty. Yeah.
You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We're gonna box.
We're gonna box. I know. I'm so excited. Yes.
We are gonna
let
box.
me know when.
I am gonna go to Chandler. I'm gonna put my Dukes on, and we are gonna box.
I have my gloves in the car, so
So do I.
I'm always ready.
So do I. I have my gloves right here. I kid you not. I'll show them to you.
Awesome. I'm excited.
With that, we have Christina again,
Yes.
here, just an amazing entrepreneur, multi-entrepreneur, with a phenomenal plan. I mean, you do it all.
I try.
You do it all.
I
Never
try.
sleeps.
Never sleep.
There we go. With that, we're out.